Good evening, listeners, and welcome to another episode of Apocalypse Podcast with myself, Bob Reilly. Yes, my name really is Bob Reilly. So, of course, we're going to be talking about the apocalypse again, but beforehand, as always, we have some listeners' emails to bash through, so don't be offended if your email isn't selected for the live stream. We have so many to choose from, okay? This week we have a Bethany Myers from Wisconsin, and she's written to us with a little query, and it goes like this. Hi, Bob. I listen to all your podcasts and take all of your advice. I'm going to be moving full-time into my bunker made completely from dried super noodles. The problem is I have recently discovered that my cat is claustrophobic. I have painted a window on the shelter to give the illusion of life outside. The trouble is, Mittens has now been hospitalized 3 times this week with concussion after panicking and trying to escape through the fake window. Whoa. Okay, well, that is quite the predicament, Beth. Do you mind if I call you Beth? Of course you might. Now, this may come as a strange surprise to you, Beth, but I myself also suffer from the very same claustrophobic panic attacks. I also tried the very same trick to settle myself and ended up in the hospital, not 3, but 4 times with different problems. What a wacky coincidence. Another trick that I attempted was to make the bunker seem as though it was outside. So I painted the garden area on the walls. This worked a little too well for myself. My little Yorkshire Terrier Toodles actually thought he was outside, and he would poop everywhere. So I would just be walking around, barefoot in my 8x10-foot bunker, and the feces would be on my feet and in between my toes, etc., etc., etc. This led to roundworm, hookworm, and whipworm on different occasions. Basically all of the worm-type infections that you can get. And the sad news here is, Bethany, and the truth is, I actually have no solution for you. I have completed my shelter. My dogs, my cats, and my lizards are all going to be safe, but I will not be joining them in the shelter when the shit hits the fan on May 4th, 2022. Well, Bethany, I only have this to tell you, and don't shoot the passenger here, all right? An ambulance makes the heart grow fonder, and I'll leave you with that. Thanks a lot, Bethany. Everyone knows the buzz around 5G at the moment. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? Is there a conspiracy? Well, I'm here to bust all myths on this. Now, thanks to my government contact, I was able to gain access to 5G masts and spend an evening running my own experiments. The results were astounding. I went in a skeptic, guys, so wearing a full hazmat suit and anti-radioactive headgear, at first I was a little nervous. A little like how I felt on my first high school date, Butterflies in my stomach, bashful, and most strangely aroused. Once I got chatting to this 5G mast, I found that we had so much in common. We were both Aquariuses, both very shy introverts, and as both members of the Flat Earth Society, we stayed up all night together chatting, It seemed like only minutes, but days had passed until my government contact actually found me completely naked, passed out by the 5G mast. I felt electric. No pain, no nausea. I even felt a little love. I've got to be honest with you guys. I think that we can all see these results are conclusive. 5G masks are not harmful. They're not dangerous technologies that many have suggested, but rather very loving, emotional constructs that have to be explored so much more deeply. So we got another email from one of the listeners. Peter Jones from Nashville has asked me, what do I miss most? What do I miss doing most while the apocalypse is going on? Well, Peter, I would probably say rollerblading. Yeah, when things were normal, I would get my little dog Toodles and I'd put him in my backpack and we would rollerblade all day long up and down the side of the beach. And I really loved that. Damn, I really do miss rollerblading. So guys, that almost wraps it up for the end of the show. But before we go, we need to do a little notable mention to our sponsors, Passante, who produce female condoms. And I can say that they are great. I have tried them myself, and they do work. Okay, guys, so they are available to order. Make sure you get your hands on some of those. You guys stay safe. Look after yourselves. Peace out.